Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 62nd episode of Don't Forget the Popcorn. In the modern world of technology, we have benefited from some of the things it has to offer. Of course, the thing that would come to mind first, as far as a day to day thing would go, would be our cell phones. Cell phones have kind of revolutionized really the way we do almost everything now. I mean, it's a pocket computer essentially. Now, this channel here is about movies, and movies themselves are a part of technology. Movies grow with tech every year. Back in the day, you had to go to theaters to see a movie. Then the TV came out, which changed the game. Now we can watch movies in the palm of our hands, which can be a plus or a minus in itself. But that's a conversation for another day. With said technology, we have come to streaming services. I don't need to tell you guys what they come out of your bank account every month. Whether we do or don't like streamers or think that they are killing the film industry, we all do consume them. There are all kinds of streaming services from paid to free ones, from platform to platform. So today, I'm going to be picking the best streaming services. I picked these based on bang for buck, content variety, ease of use, accessibility, and functionality. Now, what streaming services are for you are going to be based on your personal preferences. So I picked these with a little bit of my preferences as well as keeping in mind what is popular with the people. Also, I don't work for these people and I'm not really promoting them, so I'm not going to be going over exact pricing or anything like that. Another thing is, I want this to be fun. And I'm a cinephile, so I'm going to try and pick a few you normally don't hear about. So with that, I pick five. So let's get into the best streaming services. Number five, Disney Plus. Now I know you're probably like, you call yourself a cinephile and you're starting off this list with Disney Plus. Well, yes, I am. Despite what opinions might be on this company, this app is quite good. With all their properties they've acquired, more and more content keeps dropping. Also, with the safety net that a large majority of their content will stay because they own it themselves, unlike a lot of other streaming services. Disney has produced more than any of these other companies, and the library is large now, with Fox movies along with the already popular Marvel, Star Wars, and Pixar. I'm a big Star Wars fan as well as a classic Disney and Pixar fan. The Empire Strikes Back, Toy Story 3, and Beauty and the Beast are some of my all time favorites, and they will forever live on this app. Not to mention, if you have kids, D Plus is a must to keep the tykes quiet when you're trying to clean the house or cook dinner. It's not too expensive either, and I have to say, it usually streams pretty clean, and in my experience, I've had very little issues with them since its launch. I do feel it's worth the money. Not to mention, it's really one of the only inexpensive ways to get some of this content legally. It's such a nostalgic ride as well for people of all ages. Number four, Pluto. Now, I know this is a weird one, but hear me out on this. First thing is, it's 100% free. A few years back, a friend of mine was watching, like, I don't know, American Gladiators from the 80s or something like that. And I'm like, yo, what are you watching? And they were like, yo, this is Pluto. And I said, what the F is Pluto? And they showed me that. It had all these weird channels that ran the same shows all day, but it was like classic shows and cool stuff, old and new stuff, and all kinds of theme channels. I mean, I was seeing stuff I hadn't seen in forever, like old classic MTV dating shows, throwback cooking shows, classic game shows, but not to mention a very large library of movies that gets updated more than Netflix's. You have no idea how many times I look a movie up to watch and it's only on Pluto for free. It also is set up like digital cable with on demand features and time slots for shows. They run commercials at the perfect times, just like on cable TV. So it feels like you're watching a weird version of some early 2000s cable. They have new stuff on there too, and more stuff gets added all the time. I fall asleep with Pluto on almost every night. I just will throw on a random show or a movie on a random channel and let it play. You have no idea how many times I'll be on Pluto and see five good movies on five different channels at once. It's def a good one if you don't have money to pay for a subscription. Number 3, the Criterion Channel. Now, this is the one for the cinephiles. I know people love Mubi as well, but I've never used it to be honest, so I can't judge it. Now, this app here is one of my personal favorites, and I must say it would be the one I'd recommend the least to the average person. This is one for the people who love world cinema, art house films, classic films, cult films, the stuff you don't hear about a lot. Criterion as a company is known for their high quality physical media, which I have a nice little collection of. But their app is incredible. First off, the streaming quality is some of the best around. They have a diversity of films on here and a bunch of movies you will fall in love with you've never even heard of before. If you are a fan of directors like, I don't know, Ingmar Bergman, Federico Fellini, Jean-Luc Godard, Akira Kurosawa, Rainer Werner Fassbinder, and David Lynch, a lot of these guys' films you can't even find on Max, but they live here on Criterion all the time. Tons of great foreign language films from all time periods, and lately, they've even been getting some stuff you'd never even think that would hit the channel. Every month, I'm validated on my monthly purchase of this great app, and is one I think I'll always have if I can. I've had very little issues with this app as well, and it's totally worth the price. The one downfall, PlayStation watchers, you're going to have to sit this one out or get a Roku. This is the app to really explore and challenge yourself as a film watcher. Number 2, Amazon Prime Video. This one may seem a little high, and I would actually probably prefer the Criterion channel over it. But Amazon is the ultimate all-in-one package for streaming apps. First thing is the price is good, and if you already use Prime, it just makes sense to have. Amazon has a lot of great movies and show titles for free on there, ad-free. Also has some great originals like The Boys, Invincible, and a bunch of those other shows I don't watch. They dropped Air this year, a great original for them, which got a lot of acclaim. But none of that is really the reason why Prime Video is great. It's the fact that if you have the money, you can literally access pretty much everything from this one app. You can subscribe to pretty much anything through it and run it through Prime while also having an insane library of films at your fingertips to rent if you want to pony over a little money. You can buy most things too and have them live on your Amazon forever. The way they made this app work the way it does is quite impressive and easy to use despite the many features it has. I do find myself on Amazon quite a bit, and it's a nice safety blanket to have. Because if in doubt, you can pretty much find anything you want on Amazon at any time. Just might have to pay a few bucks, which may be worth it to you. Almost like an online video store for those who miss Blockbuster and Hollywood Video like me. Oh, and they now have the Thursday night football games exclusively on there, so that's pretty cool too. Now, before I reveal the number 1 pick, I did pick 3 honorable mentions, no specific order. Tubi, which is free, YouTube, which is also free, and Paramount Plus. Now, for our number 1 pick, Max or HBO. We have arrived at the top pick, and this has been my favorite streamer for the past 3 years. Max is great for a whole lot of reasons. One, you have access to pretty much every HBO original show and movie. That means The Sopranos, The Wire, Entourage, Oz, True Bloods, and a bunch of other classics. They have so many movies from all genres and decades. They got stuff for the deep cinephiles like classic Hollywood stuff, Criterion stuff, and classic documentaries. They have all the Warner Bros. Stuff along with DC movies and Cartoon Network content. They got all kinds of movies on there and get some exclusives as well. They're still making some pretty good new originals too. The catalog is so big, and every month more and more get added. They have so many great movies I discovered on there that I never even knew about before. For my Wednesday nights where I watch a bunch of films, Max gets played every week multiple times. It's my favorite app to look at on the first to see what's new on there. I'm telling you, even though it's a little pricier for the ad free, it is beyond worth it. They even have live sports on there now. I mean, they are really doing it up on this app. I must say, I missed the purple app with the HBO in the title, but whatever the app is, it's just as great as ever. The main reason this app tops the list is because it just has the best and most diverse library of movies of all these apps. And this is a movie channel, so I had to pick the best app for pure movie watching. Guys, thank you so much for checking out my best streaming apps. Let me know your favorite streamers in the comments down below. Let's get a convo started. If there is a topic or a film you'd like me to review, let me know down below. I got a podcast with my buddy, The Cutting Room Floor. I'll link that below. Hit me on Letterboxd, Ralph Vader. I'll link that below. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'll be back next week. And don't forget the popcorn.